What's up, guys? We're here with Team Blitz Savij and Mr. Alex Fenimore. How are you doing, sir?
Feeling good.
Feeling
good.
Tell me how you came about this really nice mat right here.
So what we do to help support the scene is we hold like mat tournaments. We've done the Invoked one, we've done this one, we've done the Spirit Charmer ones, we've done the Jaden Battle City Yugi Day one, and we get about like 20 to like 25 people to show up, sometimes more. So I won this one and it was like 24 people.
Now tell me what deck you were playing when you won it.
So I won this using one of the most popular decks right now, using Tri-Brigade Zoo.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now do you feel like your deck's a little bit more spicier compared to the other builds that we're seeing?
Absolutely. I'm not like, so spoilers, I'm not playing Pot of Desires. I think playing Pot of Desires like conflicts with like the ratios, and it conflicts with like your one-outs, like the driver, the wind bearer statue. And I don't want it to like, I don't want to use Desires, and then like, cause like there's nothing worse than going Desires and then you draw into another Desires and you banish your driver, you banish your like wind bearer statue, you banish like 2 Nervals, and you have like the 3rd one in hand. You're just like, oh my god. Yeah. So you can't use even the basic of combos. So I don't play Desires. I think that's bad.
All right. Well, gonna get started into the profile. Before we get started, any shout outs?
Oh yeah, shout outs to always Elite Savij. Positive energy for the Houston community. Much respect to them. I appreciate what they do for the community. Eddie puts in a lot of time and effort into these videos. He does like giveaways to people. Like, he's really trying to like promote this growth for everybody, and I really appreciate that.
Nice, man. Thank you for that.
Eddie, other shout outs are going to be to Johnny. He convinced me to cut the Ash, which was probably the best decision I've done. Ash is terrible this format.
Definitely is.
The other shout outs to my buddy Manny. He did a Crush Card tournament on Friday, or a couple weeks ago on Friday, and the guy was playing Tri-Brigade, and I saw how bad the deck was when you were playing the Desires and you were trying to do the Revolt Turbo, and I was like, this is not the way the deck's supposed to be played. So that's what I did after watching it. That's how I came up with this build.
Nice. So let's get started into it, bud.
All right, so I think the most standard ratios are going to be 3 and 3. Everyone's like not debating on like running 3 of these. The point of contention is going to be these. Some people are playing 3, some people are playing 2. In my opinion, you have 5 of this because of Fractal, so I'd rather see the extender more than seeing the dumper. Because I feel like when you have this, it's only good if like you have like the companion pieces. Granted, like you don't want to see this by itself, and it is the weakest by itself. But I'd rather see the extender, especially because you have like 5 copies of Seeing Kit, and then you have like 6 copies of Nerval. So I feel like this is the correct ratio. If I was playing Desires, I'd play the 3rd kit, but because I'm not playing the Desires, I'm not playing that. We made some changes since the tournament. There was a Whiptail, I played it, but after the tournament, I realized how bad it was. So you can just pretend this is a Whiptail. I think moving forward, this is the correct ratio. I have changed the deck just a little bit to accommodate for it, but I did play the Whiptail. But I think moving forward, we're cutting the Whiptail. That's it for like the monsters, like that are not hand traps. Like I said, we forego the Ash to play high impact hand traps. Against Dryton, if you hit the Ben 10, it's like game over for them. Lancey against Dinosaurs, Tri-Brigade's like over. Droll just hits everything. So like, I wanted to play hand traps that were just board, like kind of like how like Winda is, where it's like it locks a game state. Yeah. So all of these, I wanted to lock a game state. So I wasn't playing the Ash because I feel like decks can play through multiple interactions. And then the final monster, because you play it, the one of Windberry statue for your own floodgates.
Nice.
We're moving on to the spells and traps. I played one of each of the Tri-Brigade cards. These both come in handy a lot. This stops your Dark Ruler, the Droplets, it stops the Lightning Storm. It stops the cards that like blow you out so you lose. Okay. And then this protects Wind Barrier. I play one of each because like, I feel because everyone's playing so many hand traps, you gotta play multiple routes for your deck. If you're just playing a deck that only goes into like one route, everyone's playing like choke point cards that they know if I play this at this point, you're done with your play. So I wanted the deck to be able to go into multiple play routes depending on what my opponent was playing. I didn't want to be stuck with only one route, which is what I saw with all the other Tri-Brigade decks. They were stuck in going one route, and then if he stopped it, they just couldn't do anything.
Nice.
And then Triple Tanky, Self-Explanatory, and the one Barrage. Those are your continuous spells if you want to call them that. Double Dark Ruler, I mained it because going second, if you're going up against like, you know, Dragon Link or Dinos or like other big boards, you need something going second that helps you address the board. And like, you don't need to go for a game right there because the deck's about resources. You play Revolt and you play so many like cards that just continuously recycle the same cards over and over again. So you're going to win the war of nutrition, so you don't need to win right there.
Yeah.
And then one call by.
Of course, honorary call by.
Yeah, you have to. Everyone has to, you know? Moving on to the traps. We play the 3 torrential tributes. This card's insane. This wins the mirror. This wins Dragon Link. This can actually also blow out dinosaurs. So if they do the battle phase, protect the token, and is summoned during the battle phase, you can torrential tribute them, and it like blows them out.
Nice.
Also, if they don't have the misc. We were playing double revolt for the tournament. The reason why I was playing 2 of was because I felt like with Bear Bloom, and you can just go like Appaloosa plus Dragon Lord before you make the Bear Bloom. So it never was like a dead card. And then I just felt like at 2 was correct because I was like, when I had it at 3, I was drawing too many traps. So we were only playing 2. The Solemn Brigade. Double Strike, Double Judgment. I feel like the ratios are correct. 2 ofs are really good because you see like a lot of like good stuff at 2.
Nice, nice. And how many cards do we have left in the main?
One last.
One last one. It is. Oh my god, you animal.
Yeah, dude, this is a blowout. Like I said, like you're losing to like the Lightning Storm and like other like flood like spells are so strong in the meta. If you main this, like the only cards that you play that are spells are the Tinkies and like the Barrage. But if you've already done your combo, then this doesn't matter. So that's it for the.
How many are in the main deck?
40 cards.
40 cards.
Card list, yeah. We don't play Dragoon, so we don't got and no driver, so we don't gotta do like the 41 or 43 or 44.
Nice.
To do the math to like less draw it. I want to see my cards.
Nice. So now we're not gonna do the side deck for time issues. Let's go ahead and do the extra deck and then see where the spice lies in there.
So we played the Armorage, Dragon Lords, Furgite, and Bear Bloom. One of the Smorg, one of the Common, 2 of the Omen, 1 of the Appaloosa, and 1 of the Access Code. Nice,
going for game.
Yeah.
A lot of Link 4s I'm seeing, huh?
A lot of Link 4s, a lot of Link, yeah. This deck like spams them out. And then the Zoodiac Brigade, when you do Rep Gear combo, you always keep this out. You don't ever use this, so you can still make your Zeus.
Nice.
So your Rap Here combo uses this, and then you use this as like a follow-up, so if you draw like, you know, the other cards.
Nice, man. So like, is there any changes you would make to the deck that you currently have right now?
So what I did was I cut the Whiptail to play the Revolt, the 3rd of Revolt, because I felt like the Whiptail was, like I said, it wasn't really needed. And I felt like the 3rd Revolt allowed me to like see it more often. And then the only other thing I did was I changed up the side, but I feel like the side is subject to change depending on like the locals you go to, the event you're going to. So like side and these like deck profiles are nice, but I feel like they're catered towards like your event.
Your locals, yeah, absolutely. Because like I know like for us here in Houston, you know, going to certain locals, you can see a lot of Drytron players. Going to others, you can see a lot of Tri-Brigade Zoo players.
Yeah,
and others
trap dolls.
Yeah, so it's kind of crazy. Like it really is catered to the locals that you're going to. Yeah. You know, it'll be different when events come back and you start seeing the meta shift into a very strong focused meta.
But as it is, you should side because there's no regionals and there's no like events like that. If you're not doing like one of those remote duel invitationals, you should just side for your locals.
Exactly, always.
That's
always.
just the sad truth. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Any final remarks before heading out?
I want to say I appreciate Savij once again for everything they've done for the Houston community. I want to give a huge shout out to a lot of my friends, Manny, Devin, Johnny, all good friends, really good. Jesse, I love Jesse, he's a good person. Tony, he plays dinos, he gave me like the dino help. So a lot of good people give me a lot of good help. So,
nice, man. Well, I'm happy to hear it, brother. And thank you very much for doing this for us, man.
Y'all be safe.
You as well, man.